ESPN's proud to present.
And welcome to Mondays with Monique. I'm Monique Grossaday, and this is Jenny Upchurch. And thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, my pleasure. Jenny is a, what would you call yourself? Are you
I'm a wellness advocate.
A wellness advocate for doTerra products, and those are essential oils. She's going to show us a little bit on how to incorporate them into food, how to utilize them on the skin, and tell us a little bit about yourself. So I'm just so glad you're here. Thank you so much. Well, go ahead. Tell me what you want us to all know about this.
Well, I am local. I'm a wife and mother of junior high twins.
Oh.
And when I became a mother, my mind was open to this whole new world of more natural, holistic living for their benefit, because I realized how everything I'd put on them, in them, around them could affect them for life. So as part of that journey, I was introduced to the doTerra essential oils about 3 years ago. And I've been using them, we've been using them in our family primarily as our health care, because they actually can be used as alternative medicine, cheaper, safer, more effective oftentimes than the conventional medicines. And it's been very effective for us in that way. And then I began learning about other ways to use the oils, and one of them involved putting them into food as not only as a flavoring, healthful flavoring, but you can also receive the health benefits of the oils through your food, in addition to using them as needed for health and wellness.
And that's what I found really exciting, is that you can utilize these different essential oils in your food. So it's not just, either rub on your hands or wherever the special points are, or get a massage with them, but you can actually use them to flavor your food. And I'm all about food and health and wellness. To me, that's like the most important thing. So I'm just so happy you're here. Well, tell us a little bit about what you have in this special case, because that is really, really cool. And if you turn it around a little bit, we'll get a shot of it.
Okay. One important thing to note is that I would not suggest using any brand of essential oils in food or as a dietary supplement. And the reason is because the essential oil industry is not regulated by the government. So you get a whole wide range of quality in the market. And so that's one of the reasons why I choose this brand of oils, is because they are certified pure therapeutic grade. So they go through third-party testing, and they're guaranteed to be only that plant that they label the bottle with. Oftentimes there's a lot of synthetics and fillers and things in essential oils. So I would suggest using it in this way. But I have a bunch of oils here that can be used in food, and you would use certain oils if you wanted to enhance the flavor of a sweet food, certain if you wanted to enhance the flavor of savory foods, and then the citrus oils are kind of all-purpose. Even sweet and savory foods are nicely flavored with orange and lime and grapefruit.
Will you name off some of the oils that you have there? I know.
Sure. Some of our citruses are lemon, wild orange, grapefruit, and lime, and all of these are sourced from plants where they grow indigenously. So I have a lemon tree in my backyard, but this lemon oil comes from the lemons that grow in Italy, where they've been growing natively for many, many, many years. The healthier the plant, the more potent and therapeutic the oil will be. So the wild orange is from the Dominican Republic. In terms of savory oils, probably go with oregano. We have thyme, basil. Many of them are herbs and spices that we cook with. And the difference is that these are very, very concentrated. So I can share with you some actual conversions for how much oil you'd use compared to dried herbs or fresh herbs, because you have to, less is more. You have to use a very small amount, to the point of, with some of these oils, especially oils like cinnamon or oregano, which can be really even almost hot to the touch because of their potency and their makeup, you would dip a toothpick in the bottle and just swirl or or dot the toothpick in the food.
Oh,
because
okay.
you can always add more.
Sure.
You can't take it away once you've put too much in, and you
Right.
want it to be balanced, obviously, not only oregano in the
And that's all you
whatever
taste out of the dish.
Yeah, you want to
right.
taste all the different ingredients, and this would just be one of the
Well, with the minimal amount that
enhancements.
you have to use, it sounds like these oils would last you a really long time for
Yes.
just regular use, like, an average person like me that's cooking or using them, for other health benefits.
Yep.
So we know a little bit about cooking. What are some of the health benefits from these oils that are not ingested?
So even if you weren't cooking with them, you could still ingest them medicinally, and the way you would do that is you can actually purchase empty capsules, like veggie or gelatin capsules, and then drip your oils in, close them, and swallow them like a pill. Or you can make a cough syrup with honey, some good honey, mix in some certain oils that work well as soothing to the throat or cough suppressants, and then use that as a natural cough syrup. So there are other ways to use them besides cooking, still taking internally. But
Right.
for example, oregano is known as nature's antibiotic.
Oh, really?
And it's very powerful in clinical studies, even being proven against some superbugs and really scary stuff. It's nice to have
An alternative.
yes,
Yeah, natural
with the
alternative.
antibiotic resistance that's developing and all of that. These are a very effective alternative.
And then what about use on the skin? Where would you, if you're going to apply it, say lavender or something of that nature, where would you apply it to? Is it the neck? Is it the wrist? What do you think?
It's dependent on what you are using it for. So if I were having a stomach upset, I might get my peppermint oil and rub it right on my stomach.
Okay.
Or put it in a little bit of water and drink it to soothe my digestive system. If you were having some pain somewhere, there are certain oils that are effective at relieving pain. You can rub them directly on, say your knee was hurting. If you were needing to support your mood, which the oils can be really effective as mood
that's me.
enhancers.
Yeah.
Everybody
well,
can use
de-stress.
that.
I mean, I
Yes.
get going so fast. I have so many things going on sometimes that, I get to a point during the day where I'm like, I
Yes.
just need to, take a breath and slow down, regroup my mind, and then keep going.
Exactly, and that's actually one of my favorite ways to use. This is one of my favorites to use that way. You're welcome to try if you'd
sure.
like. But what I
would you
do is just put a drop in my hand, and then I rub my hands together,
Okay.
and then I just cup them over my mouth and nose and inhale.
That's amazing.
And the oils actually can get in and affect your brain chemistry through inhalation. So it's not just like perfume; it's
love
an
it.
actual
And it smells good,
physiological
too.
process that happens. Yeah,
Nice,
this is one of my
nice.
favorite pick-me-ups. This and peppermint.
I'm not a
throughout the
big
day.
fan of, pills and medicines, although sometimes you have to take them because you're in a situation where there's no other choice, or no other choice you know about. But I'd much rather use something natural like this, and it smells so good.
Yeah, we use this as our first line of defense. So obviously, I will go to the doctor. I'll take my kids to the doctor if it's beyond the scope of what I can do at home. I'm not opposed to that. It can be life-saving. But I find that this is very effective for us. So this is what we go to first, and then if it's not enough, then we'll go further.
That's great. And you're going to cook something for us today, which I'm really excited about. I love it when somebody cooks for me. I do the cooking all the time, and I love it. I don't cook on weekends anymore, unless we're having a party. But it's really nice when somebody else cooks for me, and I get to try something new. So what you going to cook?
Well, I like to use the oils mostly in things that are uncooked, actually that are raw, because it really preserves the structure and the therapeutic benefits of the oils. You definitely could add them to cooked items, baked items. You might need a little bit more oil, and then the process of heating them at high temperatures could evaporate off some of the goodness of the oil. So you'd be mostly using just for flavor in those cases.
Got it.
So I thought today I can show you a really easy sort of vinaigrette that we add the oils to, because it can be used really nicely as a marinade for meat. The oils penetrate the meat nicely, and it can also be used as a dipping sauce for bread, but I use it most often just as a vinaigrette for salads.
Okay, good. We'll do that. And just real quick, tell me, how did you become an advocate for wellness? How were you trained? Where were you trained?
Well, I'm a self-taught essential oil specialist, I guess you'd say, at this point, in the process of becoming a certified aromatherapist. But most of this, the intent of this is that the layperson can do this at home. That's really the empowerment that comes through having these natural medicines, is that we teach each other and we have references. I'll show you one of my favorite books.
Sure, let's see.
This one's called The Essential Life. And this book is basically like a beautiful encyclopedia of everything essential oils, and it goes through health, using the oils in terms of managing your health, and there's a whole chart for looking up specific health concerns and knowing which oil to use for whatever it is that ails you. And then there is, as part of that, in the whole lifestyle section of the book, there's a section on cooking. And that's what I'm referencing today, mostly. Lots of tips throughout this book, and tons of recipes.
Oh, that's neat. That's neat. And the name of that again is?
It's The Essential Life.
Wonderful. Everybody should have it if they're going to use oils in their life. In their kitchen.
It makes it really easy.
A really great reference tool. Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, so what are we going to put inside of the salad dressing / dipping sauce?
So it's really, the sky's the limit. So if you wanted something, you can do sort of like maybe Asian-inspired dressing, if that was part of what you were doing. You can use the traditional ones would be the oregano, basil, and thyme. That would be more like an Italian seasoned. So
for your dip / marinade, what are you going to use today?
Do you have a preference?
No, I like everything.
Okay, I guess we can go with the more Italian seasoning. The citrus oils are really nice in this also. They add, just like you would squeeze a lemon or an orange into your dressing, this would be similar flavor and would have different benefits than the oil, or than the juice. You can do both. And
do you have a name for this dressing / dip that you're making today?
I just call it a basic vinaigrette.
Okay, basic vinaigrette. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us and we'll be right back.